So yesterday, the government announced that they wouldn't be continuing with the Everyone In initiative, which meant that the support for councils, like the financial support to get people inside during this third lockdown, they're not continuing with it. So obviously that's a huge worry. It was a huge worry yesterday finding out that news.
So Liverpool is obviously different, Michelle, because we've been doing things differently, and we now know much better than the rest of the country for a long time, haven't we?
Yeah. So when the news broke yesterday, obviously it was great news to come out of Liverpool. You know, our council's been the first council to come out and say, look, we are still going to support people regardless of whether we've got the money from the government or not. So it's excellent news for the city. You know, it's excellent news for anyone who finds themselves newly homeless on the streets, because Liverpool isn't going to just turn their backs on that because the money's not there. So just to reiterate again, it's the help is there for people. So nobody needs to be out in the streets this winter. It's freezing cold. I've been out this morning. There's ice on the floor, frost on the cars. So you know there is that space to get people inside, and that money is there to get people inside.
And it just takes one phone call as well. We'll put that phone number on this post so people know what to do if they do bump into someone from the homeless community out and about. Obviously, if they don't want to take that number, food, hot drinks is the kind of next best thing, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Just, you know, if you see someone else, have a chat to them and ask them what it is that they need. You know, some of them will have hostel accommodation and they might just want a coffee or a pasty or something. So just have a chat with them and see what they need, I'd say is the best advice.
Okay, Labour House is closed now. This was the shelter Liverpool City Council opened. It was closed because of COVID and because they couldn't manage those kind of COVID secure measures. But there's a new centre and shelter opening, isn't there?
Yeah, so there is actually still something in place at the moment, so people shouldn't worry about, you know, thinking that there's no shelter available. People are getting put into an apart hotel. This is in the short term. Long term, there are plans for a new Labre Mark II to open this year. So that's in the planning department, and it'll be better because it's actually single rooms rather than an open space. So it makes it a lot safer for people, a lot more COVID secure. Obviously, things have to be done differently in the current time. So it's great news that the council are ploughing ahead with that to open that up this year.
Okay, Papercup Project, Michelle. You've been doing this a few years now. It's an outreach program. You go out every Monday. You offer so much support to the homeless community. You haven't been able to do that. I know you've been going out on your own, but things are looking really exciting for Papercup in 2021.
Yeah, we've got some exciting plans. So in 2021, we will be opening up our first paper cup coffee shop, and we will be training up people who've experienced homelessness. Some of those people will be people that have been taken inside during COVID. And what we want to do in the coffee shop is have a lovely place where people can come, where they can buy their coffee, but also they are given something back and they're supporting people. And we want to make it a place where the people that we're training up and the people that we're working with feel supported. It'll build their confidence, because it's so difficult if people haven't been in work for a long time. It can be quite frightening, I think, for people to think about going back into the workplace. So we want to be that safe place to build that confidence, to build those social skills, and to provide a nice environment, you know, where we can train people up. So that's really exciting. We're all really looking forward to that.
Have we got a date in mind? Have we got a location? Have we got any products you're going to be selling?
We are going to be based in Queen Square, so
Okay.
it's in a good city centre location. We were hoping to open in January. Obviously, with the next lockdown and things have changed a little bit. So we will say it will hopefully be next couple of months, but we don't have a definite date yet because everything's a bit up in the air. And we are going to be selling obviously like fabulous coffee and fabulous cakes from the famous Laura's Little Bakery. So we know she's got a lot of fans in Liverpool. So people will be great to know that. They'll be glad to know that she's we're selling her
Brilliant.
cakes.
Cannot wait for that. Cannot wait to talk into some of Laura's little bakery treats while I'm there. Just to reiterate again, Michelle, before you go, there is room inside for everybody in Liverpool, isn't there?
Yeah, there is space inside. It's so important now, with the infection rates at the rate that they are, and also combining that with the winter temperatures. It's so important that we make sure that everyone is inside now. I spoke to someone yesterday from the council who said the official figures last night night before last for people who were out, there was 8 people that slept on the streets. 7 of those people had accommodation. Now, we don't want people to lose their accommodation. We want people to be encouraged if they've got if they've got accommodation to go back. Nobody needs to be sleeping out in the streets in this weather, especially when the temperatures are like they are at the moment. It's just too dangerous.
So why would those people choose to sleep rough if they had accommodation?
Um, do you know what? It's People have very, very chaotic lives and a lot of issues that they've got. Um, Sometimes people get given sleeping bags as well, and once they've got a sleeping bag, they'll use a sleeping bag and sleep outside rather than going back to the hostel. So it's a very, very difficult situation. But we would rather see people inside, especially in this weather. People might be going out to to meet up with people who they've not seen, their friends or whatever, or they might need to raise some money to buy, if they've got issues, to buy alcohol or something like that. We don't want anyone to be out in the cold, sitting outside in a doorway or sleeping in a doorway. It's in this cold weather. This is the kinds of weather that people won't wake up from. So, none of us want that to happen. We would rather that people are inside and in the warmth.
Okay, Michelle, just before you go, just give us that phone number again that people can call if they do spot someone sleeping rough.
If you see anyone outside that you're worried about, you can call 0300 123 2041. And that's the number that will refer you into services that will get someone out to speak to them and then get them inside, which obviously is like really, really important in this weather.
Okay, Michelle, listen, a big, massive thank you and a well done to all that you do with the Papercup Project and the homeless community in Liverpool. It's going to be a big 2021 for you, and it's great to see Liverpool leading the way with getting people inside during this cold weather and throughout the year. Michelle Langan, thank you very much.
Thank you.